If you want to learn anything well, you look for a teacher who has mastered the subject you want to learn. Why should you think differently when it comes to your spiritual life? To find a way out of suffering, you must find a guide who has already found the way out and can show you how to do it yourself. To find a spiritual teacher is the most fundamental aspect of the Buddhist path. It is not possible to learn to be enlightened from books alone. You need a living teacher to personally guide you. Je Tsongkhapa attained enlightenment, and because of his great compassion, gave teachings on the graduated path to enlightenment, so others could be free. He taught the first step on the path is to devote yourself to a teacher who can properly guide you. In this program, we will learn how to recognize a perfectly qualified teacher and how rare it is to be able to take them as your guide.
In the Mahayana Buddhist teachings, it is said that the spiritual mentor is the key to the path, a guide to the perfect and ultimate state of enlightenment. Therefore, one's motivation, both in seeking a spiritual teacher as well as in cultivating and developing a relationship with one, is of fundamental importance. In this program, we will explore together the importance of the spiritual teacher to achieving ultimate success on the spiritual path. Therefore, as you listen to these teachings, generate in your mind a particularly strong altruistic motivation, seeking to attain enlightenment as quickly as possible in order to bring to enlightenment all other living beings.
In the context of engaging in a spiritual transformation, bringing about a change within one's hearts and minds, at the initial stage, we do need to rely upon experienced teacher who can show us the path, who can introduce us to the subject matter. Since the role of spiritual teacher in one's practice becomes so important, we find that in Lama Tsongkhapa's great expositions of the stages of the path, he discusses the issue of reliance on spiritual teacher. The qualifications that are necessary on the part of the teachers are presented in Maitriya's Mahayana Sutra Alamkara, the ornament of Mahayana Sutras, where he lists 10 principal qualities or qualifications of a spiritual teacher. The first is someone with a disciplined mind. This refers to the quality of having an ethical discipline. Second is having a calmed mind, which refers to the quality of having mastered the higher training in meditation and concentration. And the third is being thoroughly calmed, which refers to the quality of having mastered the higher training in wisdom, here particularly referring to the wisdom of no self, anatma. And then number 4 is that having the knowledge and the experience of the 3 higher trainings alone is not adequate. You need to have a knowledge that exceeds the knowledge of the students. Whatever subject matter that is being taught, the teacher must have a knowledge that exceeds the level of the student's knowledge. So this is the 4th quality. The 5th is that the teacher must have a vigor and enthusiasm for teaching the student. And so this is the 5th one, that's enthusiasm. Number 6 is that the teacher must have a vast learning so that he or she will have the resources from where the teacher will be able to draw the metaphors, the examples, the citations and all of this. So vast learning is this number 6. Number 7 is who has the realization of emptiness. If possible, the genuine realization of emptiness, if not at least having a deep commitment to the practice of compassion, practice of emptiness on the basis of having a deep admiration to the teachings of emptiness. And then number 8 is that the teacher must be eloquent and skillful in his or her means of presenting the Dharma. Having knowledge and experience alone is not adequate. If the teacher is not skillful in presenting the Dharma, then the Dharma teaching would not be effective. So number 8 is eloquent speech. Number 9 is probably the most important quality here, having a deep compassion towards the student to whom the teaching is being given. Someone who has a genuine sort of a concern for the well-being of the student. So this compassionate mind is number 9. And number 10 is that the teacher should have the ability of resilience, so that no matter how many times the teacher has to repeat in his or her teaching, he or she should have the resilience to continue to maintain his or her enthusiasm, commitment to the student, so that he or she is not discouraged or becomes loses enthusiasm. So these are the 10 qualities recommended in Maitriya's text. And then Tsongkhapa concludes that section by making an emphasis that those practitioners who wish to seek a spiritual teacher should familiarize themselves with these qualifications of the spiritual master, and then search for these qualities in the person in whom you wish to entrust.
Such a thought may come into your mind, well, do I really need to rely on a qualified guru in order to travel the path? There are so many books, they are being translated around. I can just take those books and study those books, and on the basis of that I will be able to travel the path and achieve realization. This is a wrong conception. This is a mistaken conception. Why? Because those teachings are alive. The teachings are alive. They need to be alive in order to have the strength of generating the realization in the mind of the one who practices it. That's why we have an uninterrupted lineage which comes from Buddha Shakyamuni down to your root guru, which the teachings have been practiced, have been received, practiced, and passed to the next guru, up to your root guru. So that is the meaning of possessing the blessing of the lineage. That is what makes it work in your mind. Just the book itself, it won't do it. First you have to receive it from an alive guru. Whether the Lama possesses all the qualities or not, at least he possesses the qualities of having the blessing of the lineage, having received the blessing of the lineage, and the qualities of being capable of passing through that particular lineage blessing. That is what makes it. So now, thinking this way, because I want to achieve the supreme enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings, I need a guru. I need someone who is able to show me the path, how to travel to this path in order to achieve the purpose that I have in my mind. So if I need, even for worldly matters, for worldly education, someone who's on the top of that particular knowledge, who's able to show me how to get that particular knowledge, that much more I need a qualified guru who's able to show me the path to enlightenment. And not only I need a guru who's qualified, perfectly qualified, and I need to rely on this perfectly qualified guru in the correct way, without reversing my devotion or without abandoning that reliance, because that very reliance is the root of all the goodness that I'm seeking for.
There are many paths to enlightenment. The most profound one, the fastest one, the quickest one, the swiftest one is devotion to spiritual guide. By correctly devoting to spiritual guide, you can get enlightened in one lifetime. It is so powerful. I mean, first you say, what is a guru? Rinpoche explained, a guru is someone who's heavy in qualities, nothing higher. So then why do we need a guru? And I kind of more or less said that. It's the root of the path. What are the reasons for this? If you want to learn any kind of a skill, you need a teacher. And even a worldly skill, you need a teacher. So definitely the path to enlightenment, where we've never been before, where it's unknown to us. In Lama Tsongkhapa's Lamrim Chenmo, there's a quote from one of the Kadampa Geshes that says, you know, here we are, we've just emerged from aeons spent in the lower realms, and we want to get enlightened, we want to travel the path. I mean, definitely we need a guide. Definitely we need a guide. So, whether or not you get the realizations, you know, how deeply you get those realizations, how stably you get those realizations, and in fact, it's explaining the teachings, not just the realization.